My buddy Travis put down $520,000 on a tractor 2 springs ago. By fall harvest, he was on the phone with his dealer every other week. That machine was supposed to change his operation. Instead, it was changing his blood pressure. So, before you write that check, listen up, because this one could save you or cost you more than you're ready for. All right. I want to talk about the 2 biggest, baddest rubber track machines running American dirt right now. The John Deere 9RX and the Case IH Steiger Quadtrac. We're talking about the top of the food chain here. Large-scale row crop country, dryland wheat ground, heavy tillage operations. These are machines that serious farmers buying to run serious acres. And I'm going to give you the version of this conversation that your dealer absolutely will not have with you. No sales pitch, no glossy brochure numbers. Just what I've seen, what I've heard from guys running these machines, and what the actual math looks like when you sit down with a pencil and a cup of coffee and figure out what this iron is really costing you per acre. Let's start with the Deere, the John Deere 9RX. If you haven't seen one of these things in a field, they are something else. 4 individual rubber track units, 1 on each corner, and Deere has engineered this machine around what they call 4-track stability. What that actually means for you, out in the field, is better weight distribution, less soil compaction per square inch compared to a dual-wheel setup, and a ride that stays controlled even when you're pushing hard in rough ground conditions. The flagship, the 9RX 640, is sitting at 640 horsepower. That is a number that still stops me for a second when I say it out loud. 640 horses. The power shift transmission is smooth, the cab is loaded, command center display, John Deere's Starfire receiver up top for GPS, auto-track steering that'll hold a line tighter than most human operators on a good day, and it plugs straight into the John Deere Operations Center ecosystem. If you're already running Deere iron across your operation, your planter, your sprayer, your combine, everything talks to everything. Your agronomist can pull field data remotely. You can sit at your desk and monitor machine health in real time. That precision ag integration is the strongest argument for the 9RX, and don't let anybody tell you different. Now the sticker. A loaded 9RX 640 is going to run you somewhere in the range of $550,000 to $650,000, depending on your configuration and your dealer relationship. First-year depreciation. On a machine at this price point is steep. You're absorbing somewhere around 15 to 20% the moment it goes to work. That's real money evaporating on paper before you plant a single seed. Parts and service, same story as any Deere product. Green Dealer Network is the best in the business. If something goes sideways during planting season in the middle of Kansas, you've got a realistic shot at getting a tech on site same day. That parts availability advantage is worth actual dollars when your planting window is 10 days wide and the weather doesn't care about your schedule. The thing I keep hearing from 9RX operators though, and this comes up more than Deere would like, is hydraulic system heat issues in sustained heavy tillage work. Running a big chisel or a heavy disc at high load for hours on end, some guys have seen hydraulic temps climb more than they'd like. It's not universal, it's not a death sentence for the machine, but it's worth asking your dealer about point blank before you sign anything. Okay, Case IH Steiger Quadtrac. This machine has a different kind of reputation. The Quadtrac has been running American big acres since the mid-90s. Case IH basically invented the 4-track large tractor concept, and they've had 30 years to work the bugs out. That history matters. The Steiger Quadtrac 620, 620 horsepower, CVX drive transmission, which is Case's continuously variable setup, and 4 of their own rubber track units that are engineered specifically around sustained high-load work. Heavy tillage, big disc rippers, long days pulling serious iron across hard ground, and here's where Case makes its case, pun intended. Sustained drawbar pull. Guys who run both machines back-to-back in tillage applications consistently say the Quadtrac pulls harder and cooler over long runs. The track system. Geometry on the Steiger is designed to put more track on the ground during heavy pulling, which means better traction efficiency and less wheel slip. Less slip means less fuel burned for the same amount of work done. Over a full tillage season on a large operation, that fuel efficiency advantage is not small. We're talking potentially thousands of gallons across a full year. The AFS Connect system. that's Case IH's Precision AG platform, has come a long way. Variable rate, section control, field mapping, remote monitoring. It's all there. It's not quite at the polished level of John Deere's Operations Center integration. I'll be straight with you, but for most large-scale operators, it covers everything you actually need day to day. Sticker on a loaded Steiger Quadtrac 620. You're looking at $530,000 to $620,000. So it comes in slightly lower than a comparable Deere spec for spec, and the resale value on used Quadtrac iron has historically been solid in the high horsepower segment. That matters when you're thinking about your total cost of ownership over a 7 to 10 year window. Now the honest knock on Case IH, dealer network density. Not as tight as Deere in every region. Depending on where you're farming, you might have more ground to cover to get to a Case IH dealer. That's a real operational consideration, and I'm not going to minimize it. When a $600,000 machine goes down, distance to service is not an abstract number. It's hours of downtime during your most critical window. Hey, it's quick stop. If this breakdown is helping you think through a decision that involves serious money, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this with somebody who's got a big iron decision coming up, and subscribe to Farm Gear Pro. We break down these machines every week the way farmers actually talk about them. All right, back to it. Let me give you the field-level comparison that I think actually matters most. If your primary use is large-scale corn and bean planting, field prep, planting, light to medium tillage, and you're already running a Deere ecosystem, the 9RX is hard to argue with. That precision ag integration advantage is real. The dealer support is real, and the machine is going to perform at a high level day in and day out in those conditions. But if your operation leans heavy into deep tillage work, you're running a big ripper, a heavy disc, pulling serious loads for long hours across hard ground, the Quadtrac's sustained drawbar pull advantage becomes the conversation. This machine was engineered for exactly that kind of punishment. It runs cooler under load, it pulls harder per gallon of fuel burned, and over a full tillage season, that fuel cost difference can represent $30,000 to $50,000 in operating expenses on a large enough operation. That's not a rounding error, that's a real number. So here's the bottom line. John Deere 9RX. Best in class for precision AG integration, unmatched dealer support, elite planting season performance. The premium you pay up front buys you peace of mind on parts availability and a technology ecosystem that's genuinely ahead of the field right now. Case IH Steiger Quadtrac, the heavy tillage champion of the high horsepower segment. Better sustained drawbar performance, competitive total cost of ownership, and a track system with 30 years of real-world refinement behind it. Neither one of these machines is a mistake. Both of them will earn their keep if you match them right to what your operation actually needs. John Deere 9RX wins on technology and dealer network. Case IH Steiger Quadtrac wins on heavy load performance and fuel efficiency. And only you know which side of that equation your farming operation lives on. Thanks for watching Farm Gear Pro. If you found this breakdown valuable, share it with a fellow farmer and comment below your thoughts on this topic. See you in the next one.